What is going on, guys? I am back today to talk about an indie horror movie. You guys know I love horror. I love supporting indie horror. And I saw this advertised online. It went to VOD recently. Knew absolutely nothing about it. This was one of those rare instances where I didn't even read the plot description. I saw the poster, thought the poster looked really cool. That was enough for me to jump in and watch it. And based on how you pronounce this movie, I'm going to say Marshmallow. Some people say Marshmallow. However you want to say it, say what makes you feel comfortable. But that is the movie I want to be telling you about today is Marshmallow. Marshmallow is directed by Daniel DelPurgatorio. At a secluded summer camp, timid and introverted 12-year-old Morgan is thrust into a waking nightmare when a once fabled campfire tale becomes real. As a mysterious figure descends upon the camp, Morgan and his newfound friends must embark on a treacherous journey and uncover a sinister reality buried beneath the surface. Like I said, didn't really know anything about it before I went in to watch it. And what I will say is this movie is fine. I really respect the director of this movie for taking a really big risk in regards to the twist of the movie and the direction that it goes into. It has a lot of formulaic summer camp horror beats. The problem I have with this movie is there's a lot of just like really dull moments that I don't feel like take the movie in the direction that it's going to quickly enough. And I feel like once the twist is revealed, there's so many cool things that they could have done with it, but because it happens in like the last 15-20 minutes of the movie, it doesn't really get an opportunity to get legs and go anywhere. It's just like you're given this information, the movie ends, and it leaves it on a little bit of a sour note, but I think there's enough enjoyable material here to make it a fun watch, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about it today. So in Marshmallow, we are introduced to 12-year-old Morgan, who we see early on in the movie. His parents really love him a lot. He has a really good relationship with his family. But aside from that, he is treated really horrible by kids in his community. He's kind of an outcast at his school. Nobody really likes him. He doesn't really have any friend group. And his parents are really upset about that because they love their kid and they want him to have a good life. And early on in the movie, we learn he is going to be sent off to summer camp. And he is not very happy about that. He wants to stay home. And his mom keeps telling him, hey, this is what's going to be best for you. This is what you need to do. Well, he gets to summer camp and immediately he finds a group of friends that he gets along with. There's a couple of kids there that they hit it off. There's also some bullies there, as there is at every summer camp. We're introduced to all the camp counselors and the various people who work there, which set up kind of, your normal sort of slasher movie dynamics, like the overt pothead, the overly sexual teenagers, all of those different things that you see in a normal kind of summer camp horror movie. And there's a story told about a killer doctor at this camp that is told to the kids that scares them half to death. They react with an immense amount of fear. And of course, the doctor starts showing up, and Morgan starts trying to tell people. They don't believe him whatsoever. And the entirety of the film is when the doctor starts showing up and threatening the campers, the reaction of the kids in trying to get the adults to believe them. So, like I said, this movie definitely has its fun, entertaining moments. I do think it's incredibly flawed, but I'll talk about some of the positives. For starters, I really liked the kids in this movie. I felt like their chemistry was one of the things that really kept me invested. They felt like real kids. It didn't feel like kids trying to, really memorize lines. They just interacted in a way that was very natural, which made it easy to invest yourself in. I've talked about this before. Child actors, I have a really hard time sometimes because it's like, unless you're getting the best of the best, a lot of times it feels like kids reading off a piece of paper. But this was not one of those instances. I feel like most of the actors in this do a really nice job to create a chemistry between characters that works really well and makes it easy to watch the movie. I also think it's shot relatively well. There's nothing like super spectacular, but I do think the way they sort of pan the camera around the camp, it really gives a nice immersive environment. And they do a lot of more like dreamlike abstract things than you would typically expect in this type of a movie. And I really appreciated that a lot. I also, like I said at the beginning of the review, I'm not going to talk about spoilers in this, but I really liked the reveal at the end of the movie. I thought that it was a really unique direction to go with this type of a material. I just wish they would have gone further with it, which then leads me to the issues that I have in this movie. Firstly, it's like a less hour and a half ish and it feels way too long. There's so much going on at the beginning of this movie when it comes to like these dream sequences thrown into your face, these cyclical moments of kids getting bullied and just kind of repeating it over and over again. There's a little bit too much time spent with the camp counselors that I feel like could have been moved around to kind of spend more time with the mystery of the story, which is one of the biggest disappointments that I have. Is the mystery that you have created in this film is incredibly interesting once it's revealed, and you just don't do a whole lot with it. I feel like they could have gone so many different directions, and if it would have been revealed at the halfway point, you could have done some really ridiculous, overblown, insane stuff that would have been really fun and entertaining to watch. You could have made it very gory and violent and suspenseful, but it never really goes there. And it's hard to fault like an indie director that's just trying to make a fun horror movie. It's clear they had a vision. I think for the most part, the vision works well when it comes to like subverting audience expectations. I just feel like there could be more entertainment value to be had if time was utilized better. Because like I said, the dynamic between the kids really well done. Some of the more cliched things that happen in these type of movies I wasn't the biggest fan of, but there's a lot of things to enjoy about it. I think if you're a horror fan and you appreciate horror movies, you're gonna like that it's not just the standard slasher movie. It'll introduce itself that way, a really interesting twist on the genre that I thought was a lot of fun. And I don't regret watching this movie at all. I just wish there were some things that could have been moved around to make it a bit more effective. So have you seen Marshmallow? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. I thought this movie definitely had its entertainment value. There's some things that I would have changed about it, but I still enjoyed it for what it was. As always, if you can like the video and subscribe to the channel, helps me out a lot and lets me know the type of content you're looking for. I'm always putting out new material and look forward to getting more out for you in the near future. And as always, everyone, thank you so much for watching and have a great rest of your day.